Okay, so this is on equations. Okay, this is the work that we did in class today. So I'm going to assume that you know a little bit about equations and how to solve them and how to get rid of denominators and things like that. So we're going to go straight away into 9ai. So it's 5 over w is equal to 3 over w plus 1. So we should know that if we're trying to solve for w in this equation, we're not trying to solve for 1 over w or 1 over w plus 1. So what we're trying to do is we're going to try and get rid of the w's out of the denominators. So if you want to get rid of the w over here under the 5, you're just going to multiply by w, and it should cancel it. But remember mind, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So if you times this side by w, you're going to times this side by w. And to get rid of the w plus 1, you're going to multiply this side by w plus 1. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. So let's do that. So let's multiply everything by w. So if we have 5 over w is equal to 3 over w plus 1, if we multiply each of these sides by w, this is going to be left with 5 is equal to 3 times w over w plus 1. And now all we're going to do is going to multiply both sides by w plus 1 to take it out of the denominator. So 5 times w plus 1 is going to equal, this side multiplied by w plus 1 is just going to cancel with it, so we're going to be left with 3w. Multiply this bracket out, we're going to get 5w plus 5 is equal to 3w, and that's going to leave us with 2w is equal to negative 5, so w is equal to negative 5 over 2. Negative 5 over 2. And that will give you 2 marks. So that's the first question. Part II. Y plus 1 squared is equal to 4. So there are several methods that you can do this. I'm going to show you the method via expanding. Okay, so y plus 1 is the same as saying y plus 1 times y plus 1. And that's going to equal 4. Okay, so this is the same as this. And multiplying this out, you're going to get y squared plus y plus y plus 1 is equal to 4. And because it's a quadratic equation, you can see because there's a square here, we're going to get everything to one side. So y squared plus 2y, take the 4 to the left hand side, it's going to get minus 3 is equal to 0. Now we can factorize. This is a trinomial. So if we get the factors of the number in front of the y squared, the number in front of y squared is 1. So two numbers multiplied together to make 1, could be 1 and 1. And two numbers multiplied together to make 3, could be 3 and 1. Okay, so cross multiply, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3. With these two values, can we get to positive 2? We can if it's plus 3 minus 1. Plus 3 minus 1. So these are our brackets. So it's going to be y plus 3 and y minus 1. And that is equal to 0. So we're one step further away from getting our solutions. We have y plus 3 times y minus 1. They need the values of y. So keep in mind this is the same as saying a times b is equal to 0. This whole expression is equal to 0 if either a is 0 or b is 0. So if a in this case is the y plus 3, what value of y will make this whole bracket 0? Well, that's when y is equal to negative 3. And this value over here will equal 0 if y is 1. Because if you substitute negative 3 in here, it's going to be 0 times negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. But 0 times anything is 0. So it doesn't matter what the other bracket will be, as long as one of these brackets is 0, we have a solution. Okay, so these are two values. Hope that's okay. And last one for this section, we have x plus 1 over 3 minus x minus 2 over 5 is equal to 2. So we're trying to solve for x, so we don't want denominators. We don't want this 3 and 5. So just like in the previous example, to get rid of the denominators, you just multiply your whole equation through by that denominator. So to get rid of this 3, we'll multiply everything in this equation by 3. So x plus 1 over 3 times 3 is just going to cancel. So it's going to stay the same. It's going to be x plus 1. Okay, this is 3 is going to disappear. Minus 3 times x minus 2 over 5 and 2 times 3. Okay. Now we do the same with the 5. We're going to multiply everything by 5. So it's going to be 5x plus 5 minus, if you multiply this value by 5, this is going to cancel with the 5, so the top remains, and it's going to be multiplied by 5. So we're going to have 5x plus 5 minus 3x plus 6 is equal to 2 times 5 is 10, 10 times 3 is 30, and now we just solve for x. So 5x minus 3x is 2x is equal to 30. Okay, we take the 5 and the 6 across, so it's going to be minus 11. 2x is equal to 19, x is equal to 19 over 2, or basically 9.5. That'll be 3 marks. So remember, when you're working with equations, you don't want to work with denominators. So you just multiply everything in your expression or your equation by the denominator. Okay, that's sure. Hope that's okay. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.